What does reconciliation with the history of slavery mean to you?
Oh, I would probably, man, I'm like in a mix of spaces. Do I want reconciliation? You know what I mean? Because a part of me is like, I personally didn't have to endure it. And, there is a such thing as, historical and transgenerational trauma. Um, that is in my DNA. Um, and so I don't know what that reconciliation would look like. I think if I'd have to navigate, um, if I'd have to answer it in how I navigate just life in general, I would probably say um, acknowledgement and taking ownership. Um, and then that would probably be the start. But then what are we going to do? Um, what are we going to do going forward for future generations, for my son, for my son's kids, for my son's grandkid? Like, what are we going to do so that we can break, I don't know if it's break generational curses, but so that we could have that reconciliation? You know, what can we do going forward for future? Because it's like, okay, yep, okay, you personally, as human being in my face, you did not do what your ancestors did to my ancestors. And I appreciate the validation. I appreciate the acknowledgement. I appreciate all of that. So what now? What are the action steps going forward? What are we going to do now? I think that's probably what reconciliation would look like for me.
What would you want to be done?
Honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know what that would look like or what I would even want done, to be honest. Right. I think it's because I've never really thought about it. Mm-hmm. Didn't have access until a few years ago, you know? Didn't have that access. So I never really thought about it. Mm-hmm. Of like, wow, what if I met the descendant of like, mm-hmm. My ancestors slave owners? Like, I don't know. Like, what does that interaction even look like? You hear the talk of reparations. I think, that's a cool first step, I guess. And I also think there's a lot of healing that needs to happen. And I think reconciliation would bring that healing. And so I don't know, I feel like maybe on a larger scale, as a community, as a people, maybe that reconciliation is just that acknowledgement. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, yep, here's slavery. All right, on to the next thing. You know what I mean? And there's never no real, genuine acknowledgement of like, this was fucked up. But y'all quick to go on and on about the Holocaust, right? Also tragic, right, to a people. Same thing with our indigenous brothers and sisters. Also tragic. And also like them, it's like, yep, okay, mm-hmm. Boarding schools. Okay, yeah, we had boarding schools, but we were just trying to help. You know what I mean? But it's like, no, let's be honest, let's be real. Mm-hmm. Like, you tried to wipe a whole people of their culture and of who they were. Low key succeeded a bit. And now you're mad because they coming back swinging. Like, so it's just like, I think on a larger scale, I think it is just that honest, maybe that honest conversation. and hopefully out of that honest conversation comes that genuine like acknowledgement and remorse. I think that's, I don't know. I think that's what it is.